I haven't done an update on our living wall in a little bit, so I thought this morning would be a nice time to do so. Bear in mind, like I've always said, we're on a busy road, so when a car comes by, I'll just get quiet, and there you go. Part of the reason why we have this living wall. So here we are in early-ish July, mid-July, and the wall is now thick enough that you'd be hard-pressed to know what's happening on the other side of it. There's probably 40 to 50 plus different species and types of plants that all comprise this. They're all perennial. They all have some sort of value or another, either food or medicine for us or for the wildlife. And the total cost to install this was not very much. I'd have to really crunch the numbers, but less than $100 in plant material. It's another good argument for developing your own nursery skills, is you're able then to propagate the plants instead of having to buy them all in. But the goal of not really being able to see through the wall at all, so on the other side, as a hint, is our chicken yard, but I can't see it through the camera or if I look above the camera. And this is the eastern side, so you can see elderberry in front of me, the giant perennial sunflowers, the miscanthus grass is really starting to come into its own. And then on our western side, so let me hop over here. The dominant functional element here is our curly willow, which is performing just beautifully. I made a video earlier in the spring where I went through on a few of them and pollarded these plants. So in May, I went through and cut them at about chest height, little higher in this case. So everything you're seeing here from this point up is the growth from just this year. Absolutely stunning. It's still very actively growing, and I'm going to go through at some point and cut it back yet again so it maintains its thickness at the eye level we're looking for. But if I come on the inside of our living wall and look outward, you can see it's on this side, it's a little bit of light gap here or there. I can see the road a little bit, but let's see when a car goes by. You can certainly hear it, but the view is nearly gone. And this side is very lush and very diverse. There's Jerusalem artichokes and red currants and hazelnuts and all sorts of actually nursery production that's happening in the understory. So red currants and yasta berries and raspberries that I can dig up and propagate from here. So not only, at least to our eye, is this a really beautiful situation and also very functional, but it actually is a place where we can earn money from the plants that are growing as well. Boy, I'm right in the sun here. Sorry about that. So anyway, walking down the driveway. Let me go to the other side so that I'm not going to get you in the sun. Hold on. So here I am looking at it from the northeast corner. If I pan a little further southbound, you can see under the extreme shade and water competition of this giant old pin oak, the living wall starts to fall apart. So you can see that there's a chicken yard in there. At some point we need more shade and dry tolerant plants. We're trying Schisandra and Hablitzia to see if they'll fill out. But what I thought was fun is yesterday I went through and did a little pruning back on these spotted alder and curly willows in this corner, just so I could get in between the layers and do some management. So let me push in and show you what I'm talking about. Bear with me. Between the hops and the branches and all that, it's very hard to get in here. But now I'm in this kind of nether region, really exciting space. In fact, I'm greeted by a spider right off the bat. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a really nice wind-sheltered, very moist, very shaded position in here. And I stepped down a bunch of the jewelweed just to build more biomass yesterday. I wish you could feel what it feels like underfoot. This is such a deposit area and it's so luscious. I've added so much material, and this is also where, when we get extremely heavy rains, silt deposits. Feels like I'm walking on a down comforter of nutrient in here. But this little channel, so we're on the outside of our fence, our woven miscanthus fence, and you can see some other elements doing their thing. So here is a smaller golden seedless table grape weaving its way through. The miscanthus to the north of me, to the right, is just powerhouse plant. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with this plant. We sell this through our website if you're interested. You can also get it wholesale otherwise. But we really enjoy having this plant around and plan to expand it quite a bit. Another spotted alder. This has been pruned back probably 5 or 6 times in the last 2 years, and it still keeps growing wonderfully. And a little further along, we're doing some trials in here and seeing that yes, aronia, which is this shrub right in front of us, is actually shade tolerant enough to occupy this strange nook. Here's another one of those golden grapes just starting to ripen up. This is a very productive variety. There are hundreds of these little clumps of grapes all throughout, most of them dangling in the chicken yard so that whatever we miss just rains down golden seedless delicious to our friends, making us eggs on the other side of this fence. Anyway, we had a heavy windstorm. It was interesting to see the miscanthus actually got blown down in a few places, so I cut back most of it where it was blown down with the idea it'll probably send up new shoots. But it's a little bit of an odd video in this part. Less visually detailed, more just giving you a sense of how dense. So this isn't about ease of access and interaction for us. This is about density, and it really is working. Last but not least is the smoke bush. There's a featured pop of beautiful color. And let me push my way through. A chipmunk planted that one for us. They added their ingredient to our living wall. We'll take it. So there you have it. More sun, sorry, let me get out of there. The living wall doing its thing. The hops absolutely impenetrable. There's the morning light blazing down on us, and through the hops you can't even see it. So, yay for plants. Perennial, stacked, diverse, long-living, useful plants providing an incredibly beautiful filtration and separation from us in a busy road. And you can hear the birds don't mind it either. They're hammering on some blackcaps on a trellis over there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry about the video quality on this one. It's early in the morning and an odd sun angle. We'll do some other updates soon.